Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced a new international prize to be awarded to Jews who win global recognition due to their achievements in the fields of science and arts. The Genesis Prize, worth $1 million to be financed by the Genesis Philanthropy Group, will be awarded by Israel's Prime Minister annually in a ceremony to be held during the Passover holiday. Organizers say the goal of the prize is to emphasize the contribution of Jews to world history and draw the younger generation of Jews around the world closer to the state of Israel and Jewish identity. A German court has ruled that circumcising young boys on religious grounds amounts to grievous bodily harm in a landmark decision that the Jewish community said trampled on parents' religious rights. The case was brought against a doctor in Cologne who had circumcised a 4-year-old Muslim boy on his parents' wishes. A few days after the operation, his parents took him to the hospital as he was bleeding heavily. Prosecutors then charged the doctor with grievous bodily harm. The doctor was acquitted by a lower court that judged he had acted within the law as the parents had given their consent. Spanish newspaper ABC reported that Venezuela has transferred at least one F-16 fighter jet to Iran. The story was based on both sources in Venezuela's Air Force and classified documents, following a tip-off by a non-Western intelligence agency. The transfer in 2006 was supervised by one of Venezuelan President Hugo Chávez's closest aides. According to the news report, the F-16 was given to Iran so it could test its anti-aircraft radar systems and become familiar with its capabilities in preparation for a possible Israeli or U.S. strike on its nuclear facilities. Russia reinserted itself into the Israeli-Palestinian peace process with a highly publicized visit by President Vladimir Putin. While meeting with Palestinian Authority leader Mahmoud Abbas on Tuesday, Putin said that Russia had no problem recognizing an independent Palestinian state, noting that Moscow had already done so during the days of the Soviet Union. Putin also thanked Abbas for his responsible leadership. Religious parties in Israel were outraged to learn that the Plesner Committee, tasked with finding alternatives to the Tal law, which regulates Haredim's IDF service, has decided to recommend both mitigations and sanctions be applied in the matter. If Haredim should default on IDF service or national service at the age of 23, they will be subjected to personal sanctions. Religious seminars that fail to refer their students to service will be subjected to budgetary sanctions as well. The committee's method includes affording 20% of yeshiva youths considered prodigies a permanent exemption from service, which will release some 1,500 students from service in each draft class, as well as deferring yeshiva students' service until the age of 22. The religious parties are threatening that should these laws come to pass, the political crisis would be, quote, the least of Netanyahu's problems.